Hi everyone, I'm back. This is the third video for Monday, June 1st, 2020. Alright, so we're going to go back to the book on page 86, and we're going to talk about could and should, okay? Could and should, okay? Could and should. Alright, so let's talk about these two words. Let's talk about the pronunciation. Those L's are silent, okay? So don't pronounce them, okay? It's could, like a okay? No could, okay? Could and should, okay? No could, no should, okay? It's could and should, okay? So when do we use these words, okay? For could, we use it when it's a suggestion. Okay. So if your child says, "Mommy, I'm bored. I don't go to school anymore. Friends can't come over. I'm tired of playing the computer games. So what can I do?" And you will say, you could exercise. Okay. Let's make it very simple. You could exercise. Okay. So that's a suggestion. Okay. So, your suggestion. You could exercise. In the book, it says, there are a couple of other ways to, say the similar thing using different words. One way is what? One way is it says, why don't you? Why don't you exercise? Okay. So sometimes we use that expression. Why don't you? Okay, and then. This is when you say fast, it's like this. Okay, don't you? Why don't you? Okay, sound you hear that CH sound with the T and Y combination. Why don't you? Okay, why don't you exercise? The same as saying you could exercise. Okay, another way the book suggests is how about and then. This one you want to use why don't you plus a verb. Here is how about plus a noun. Okay, how about exercising? Okay, so this is a verb. This is a noun. This is a gerund noun, right? With the ing. Okay, how about exercising? How about exercising? Okay, how about exercising? Okay, so you could say why don't you or how about. The same as saying. You could. These are all suggestions. Okay. You could exercise. Okay. Or, you could help. You could clean your room. Okay. You could clean your room. Why don't you clean your room? How about cleaning your room? Okay. See how that works? Okay. Or you could study. You could study math. Okay, for example, you could study math. Why don't you study math? Or how about studying math? Okay, so those are could is suggestion. Okay, like using why don't you or how about. Okay, and that's could. All right. So again, if you have any questions, okay, email me. Okay, email me. Okay. All right. Let's talk about should now. Should. Let's talk about should. What is should? Okay. Should is similar to could, but it's more of an advice. In other words, it's stronger than a suggestion. Suggestion is, it's not that important. You can take it or leave it. This or that doesn't really make a big difference. You can study math, or you can exercise. You can study more English, or you can help clean the bathroom. It's not, it doesn't matter which one you choose. It's just a suggestion. But should is a little bit stronger. It's a little bit more, a little bit more meaning to it. Okay, it's stronger. It's more of a advice. It's more of an advice. Okay, so another way of saying is it's a good idea. It's a very good idea if you do it. Okay, could might just be an idea, just an idea. It's just an idea. Where should is a good idea. Okay, see the difference? Just an idea. This is a good idea. Okay. So, for example, if if I say, okay, let's use exercise. If I say you should exercise every day, let's say, okay, you should exercise every day, okay, okay. What does that mean? Okay, it's not just an idea. It's something that you really want that person to do, right? It's a little bit more meaning behind it. Okay, it's a little bit stronger. Okay, so you should exercise every day. So this is a good idea, right? Good idea. Okay, it's a good idea to exercise every day, right? Okay, you should exercise. So it's like saying, okay, it is a good idea if you exercise every day. That's what that means. Okay, it's a good idea if you exercise every day. Okay, so it's a good idea. Okay, all right. Let's talk about a negative thing in this sense. Okay, could is not so much, but should is very. I think it's worth mentioning. Okay, how do you make this negative? You would say, okay, let's just do a negative sentence because this doesn't make sense if you make it negative. Okay, you should not. Let's say smoke. Okay, you should not smoke. Okay, you should not smoke. Okay, so when you make it negative, okay, when you make it negative, okay, remember this is positive sentence, right? And this is a negative sentence. In the positive sentence, when you use should, it's a good idea. So in the negative, when you use should not, is that a bad idea? If should is a good idea, is not or should not, okay, negative should, is that a bad idea? No, it's still a good idea, okay? It's still a good idea, okay? Okay, it's still a good idea, okay? So you should not smoke is a good idea, right? It's not a bad idea. It's a good idea, right? Okay, so whether it's positive or negative, they're both good ideas. Okay, they're both good advices. Okay, the difference is in the positive, it's a good idea if you do it. Okay, it's a good idea if you do it. In the negative, it's a good idea if you don't do it. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, they're both good ideas. They're not, the negative is not the bad idea. It's just a good idea if you don't do it. Okay, so in the positive, it's a good idea if you do it. In the negative, it's a good idea. It's also a good idea if you don't do it. Okay, like if you don't smoke, it's a good idea, right? Okay, so that's the basic meaning behind could and should. Okay, could and should. All right. Okay. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, always send me an email or you can text me. Or you can write the comment below the video in YouTube. Okay. All right. Let's go to the book right now. Let's go to the book. Where's the book? Okay. Book is right here. Okay. Let's go to the book on page 86. Okay. Page 86. Let's go to the book. Okay. All right. It says right here. Number one, my rent is going up again. What should I do? Here's my advice. You're a good tenant, okay? I think you should talk to your landlord, okay? So this is an important advice, okay? It's not just just an idea. It's something that it's something that it's an advice that that's something that the person needs to follow through, okay? So you want to use should. You want a little bit stronger, okay? It's a good idea. It's a good idea. It's a good advice, okay? All right, so you use a should. Okay, how about number two? Number two, I have to fix my credit. What should I do? And it says, you blank, talk to a debt counselor. He can help you, okay? So fixing your credit, is that something that's casual? Like, I'm bored. Is it like that or something very important? It's important, right? So you should put should, right? So number two is should, okay? Because you want a little bit more stronger than just an idea. You want a good idea, okay? You want something a little bit more, stronger, a little bit stronger, okay? All right, number three. Can you suggest a nice restaurant? Can you suggest a nice restaurant? It is my wife's birthday. Okay? So, obviously, you should take your wife out for dinner. You should. But choosing a restaurant, it doesn't really matter which restaurant, right? As long as the thought is there, right, and then you love her. Okay, so you should take her out, but you could what? You could try Chow's or how about Anita's? Okay, I don't know about Anita's, but maybe Chow. Is that the Fogo de Chow, the Brazilian steakhouse? Ooh, that's expensive. Okay, all right. Okay, I wouldn't be taking anybody to Fogo de Chao. Okay, all right. Okay, number three. So you say you could. Okay, number three. I think that should be just a could. It's just an idea. Picking a restaurant. It's not that big deal whether you take your wife to Fogo de Chao or to Burger King. No, oops, no. I mean, it matters, but as long as you pick a good one, it should be could. Right? Could. Okay. Number four. Number four. Okay. It's my niece's 16th birthday next week. What could I get her? What could I get her? Okay. What could I get her? Okay. So it says, why don't you get tickets to a concert? Or you could buy her a CD. Okay, just a niece, okay? Not even your daughter, okay? So just a niece. So you don't need a strong advice for that, okay? Just especially if they're little kids, they don't know anything. They won't remember anyway. Okay, so I would go with could. How about you? Would you go with could or should? I would go with could, especially because the sentence before it says, "Why don't you? Why don't you?" Okay, it's not doesn't make that much of a difference. You give her a T-shirt, she'll never remember anyway. Okay, all right. Number five. Number five. Okay, what's number five? What's number five? Number five, that vocational school is very expensive. I can't afford it. Can you give me any advice? Well, you are a good student. I think you. Okay, this is important. School stuff is important, right? Especially scholarships. Okay, it's very important, right? I mean, if you can go to school without paying for it, that's very, very good. This is a very good idea. Very good advice. Okay. In fact, they use the word advice. Okay. Can you give me some advice? Okay. So you gotta use what? You gotta use should, which is stronger. Okay. All right. So it says, I think you should apply for a scholarship. Okay. Scholarship is like getting free money for your studies. Okay. All right. Number six. Number six. I need a new car. Where do you suggest I look for one? Okay. How about looking in the newspaper? Or you could, okay? Or you could look online, okay? I mean, buying a car is important, but looking for one is not that big of a deal. Nowadays you can find cars everywhere, okay? In fact, I'm looking for a new, not a new car, but another car for myself right now, okay? So maybe I can do some Uber driving when I'm off, okay? Especially on weekend nights, okay? So anyway, you can look in the newspaper or you can look online, okay? Not a big deal. Okay, just an idea. Okay, number seven. So it's could. Okay, number six is could. Number seven. I just got another parking ticket. It's getting harder and harder to park in this neighborhood. Okay. Okay, this must be somewhere up in New York or some some busy major city somewhere. Okay, all right. So it's getting harder and harder to park in this neighborhood. Okay, I guess they don't have driveways and garages like we have in Georgia. Okay, Georgia is such a nice place to live, isn't it? Okay, number seven is I think you what you could or you should. Okay, I think this is an important advice. Okay. Because if you don't need that car and you're having a hard time, parking it, you should sell that car, right? You should sell that car, okay? You should sell that car because you don't really need it, okay? All right, the last one, okay? What's number 8? What's last one? Oh, we got three blanks. I'm going to be in New York City in July. Any ideas? Okay, it's just idea, not any, great idea. Just ideas, okay? Regular ideas. Any ideas for things to do? Well, okay, everything should be could in this one because just ideas, okay? You could see a Broadway show, or you could walk in Central Park, or you could go to a museum. There are so many things to do in New York City, right? So everything is could, could. Okay? So they're all coulds. Okay? Alright. So let's see if we did a good job, okay? Let's listen. Okay? Let's listen. See if we did a good job. Alright? Let's listen.
Page 86. Exercise 2A. 1. My rent is going up again. What should I do?
Here's my advice. You're a good tenant. I think you should talk to your landlord.
2.
I have to fix my credit. What should I do?
You should talk to a debt counselor. He can help you. 3. Can you suggest a nice restaurant? It's my wife's birthday.
You could try Chow's. Or how about Anita's?
4. It's my niece's 16th birthday next week. What could I get her?
Why don't you get tickets to a concert? Or you could buy her a CD.
5. That vocational school is very expensive. I can't afford it. Can you give me any advice? Well, you're a good student. I think you should apply for a scholarship. 6.
I need a new car. Where do you suggest I look for one?
How about looking in the newspaper? Or you could look online. 7.
I just got another parking ticket. It's getting harder and harder to park in this neighborhood. I think you should sell that car. You don't really need it.
8. I'm going to be in New York City in July. Any ideas for things to do?
Well, you could see a show on Broadway. Or you could walk in Central Park. Or you could go to an art museum. There are so many things to do.
Okay, I think we got them all correct, okay? All right, let's go to workbook page 80, and we'll finish this week's lesson, okay? Today's lesson, okay? Workbook page 80, okay? Section 3. Okay, I don't have enough, okay, right here, workbook 80, section 3, okay? I don't have enough money at the end of each month. Do you have any advice? It said you should try to save a little each month, okay? You should, okay? So keep doing well with your finances is important. So you want to put should in that one, okay? How about the second one? Where do you suggest I buy a new camera, okay? So just, picking a store for a camera should be a could, right? You can just feel it. You could find one online, or you could go to the mall, okay? Just a suggestion, okay? This or that. Again, give you two options, okay? When people give you options, it's just a could, okay? It's not a should. All right, number 3. I don't know how to I don't know how to apply for college. Can you give me any advice? And you say, you should, okay? This is important, okay? You should. Going to college is an important thing, so you need to talk to a counselor, okay? So you should talk to a counselor. Number 4. My tooth hurts. What should I do? Okay, that's serious, right? So you don't want to give many options, okay? Okay, so you say you should go to a dentist. You should go see a dentist, right? You should go to the dentist. Okay, number 5. Can you suggest a good place to go on vacation? All right. So this is another one of those things. Just ideas, okay? You could go here or you could go there, okay? So this is a could, right? All right. So this is. You could go to Hawaii or maybe Las Vegas, okay? I don't know. Both sounds very expensive to me, okay? I'd rather go to maybe Smoky Mountain or Orlando, okay? Something cheaper. Okay, number 6. I want to get a good grade on my test. What should I do? This one is important, right? School is important. So you say, you should study hard this weekend. All right, everybody. That's it for today's lesson. Let me know if you have any questions. And don't forget to text us back after you watch these videos saying that you watched them. Okay? Thank you very much. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.